Pepe coin holders, we got a video for you guys. I'm just entering into a 75x long position, catching some knives. Where do I think Pepe is going to be headed here? Because the market is awfully choppy, awfully shaky. Where are we headed? We're going to talk about that. Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Black C. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel right now. Let's hop into it. All right, guys. We are going to start off here on Crypto Twitter. You can follow me at 333 Black C. I say knife catching. Pepe is the chosen one. And guys, some of these 75x long positions have been paying out, have been really good. I got up 78.58% on that, so I made it was only like a $150 position, I believe. So I made like $200 profit about, which is pretty cool. And this is the time of the market where I'm trying to capitalize on this. When the market is hot and it's volatile, I try to get into these swings where using money, I'm willing to lose, definitely when I'm using 75x leverage, but I'm trying to capitalize on this volatility. Now, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing, and I'm showing you how I'm doing it. It's as simple as that. So looking at Pepe right now, the reason why I've been doing these 75x leverage positions is because we saw quite a big sell-off. And whenever you see these big wicks, usually it gets bought up. When there's a big impulse wave to the downside, you usually see a big recovery. And so I was trying to just find the bottom here, and I got that 78% position. I closed it out, and I just opened up a new one at the beginning of this video. We'll check that out here shortly. But I do think that there's a good chance that the bottom is in here for Pepe. Now, could we come lower? Sure, but kind of my line in the sand really is 4010. We can come and test 4010, which is basically where we wicked down to before. But I really don't think we're going to break down much further than that. If we break down much further than that, in my opinion, it would be signal that this bull market's over, guys. So that's like a big invalidation. But right now, I do believe that we could come down that low or the bottom is already in. So that's why I'm opening up these 75x long positions, trying to capitalize on this wick to the upside. And really, I should say the reversal back to the upside, because I do think that there's a higher likelihood and probability that that's going to play out than a breakdown here. And so looking at the trade right now, it's a $110 trade, 75x leverage. We're up about 30% on it, which is pretty nice to see that. I'll probably close this out at the end of the video. We'll see how, we'll go monitor it throughout the video. But as of right now, it's up about $35. If you guys want to take advantage of this volatility as well and trade some Pepe with me, check out in the description box below or pinned comment down below. We have a $5,000 sign-on bonus to Blowfin. Click the link, deposit, trail bit. You get a bunch of free money. Take advantage of these promotions, guys, because when the market's hot, these exchanges want to be giving incentives. And if you trade X amount of trading volume, you can get a Tesla Model 3 worth about $30,000. It's not like a raffle. It's just if you trade X amount of volume, you get this. So take advantage of it, especially if you're profiting. You're also having another, let's say like a point system in the background that you're building up to get another, I don't know, another promotion, a Tesla potentially. It's pretty crazy. So I try to take advantage of this stuff, especially when the market's heating up. But looking at the overall market, Bitcoin trading at 104,500. Guys, we wicked down to 100,500 the other day when Elon and Trump were battling it out on crypto Twitter. And I say crypto Twitter, but really it was just social media. They were both arguing on their own social media platforms, and it was really intense. And it shook up the market, I guess. But really what it was is, you know, guys, we're moving into that Q3 time frame where it's sluggish and bearish. And I have my invalidations I've been talking about a while. If you've been watching on the Crypto Report, I say, you know, if we're starting to see recovery into the end of June, then I think that we probably are front-running Q4. And I think that we're going to be seeing all-time highs in Q3. But as of right now, I'm leaning much more towards the most probabilistic outcome, which is trading sideways throughout Q3. So you look at Pepe right now, we're at rank 27, down about 7.7% in the past 7 days, up about 3.72% in the past 24 hours, getting a little bit of a bid here. And we're moving into the weekend. We're up a little bit, but we were at a $5.5 billion market cap not that long ago. Now we're at 4.67, so we took about $1 billion haircut on that. So it's quite significant, but regardless, guys, all-time high this cycle is about 13, 14 billion. We have room to the upside. I'm bullish on Pepe. I think Pepe is like the chosen meme coin out of the behemoths, if you will. I have Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Pepe. I like Pepe the most. So where are we at with Bitcoin, right? People are talking about double tops being in. I think that what you need to be really paying attention to is 94,088K. If we come down and test 94,000, that's fine. That is A-okay. We can chop around there and everything is fine and dandy. The question is, what happens if we dip below it into the 88K region? Then I get a little bit more skeptical. Sure, it could be a big bear trap. But really, below 94K, I start to get worried. I start to say, hey, you know, this might have been a double top. We might be looking at a test at 73,000 like we saw before. But the market has changed. This crypto space has matured. And so I think there's a higher likelihood that you see just a big chop, like from 73,000 to 110 or 73,000 to 150,000. I kind of think there's a higher likelihood that's happening because there's much more institutional money in this, and it's not going to be as volatile. The bigger the asset gets, the more the volatility will shrink. It's as simple as that. But guys, you need to be paying attention to what's going on in these markets right now because we're coming close to the end of the 4-year cycle. Are we going to see that Q4 is front ran into Q3, or are we right on schedule and Q4 is going to be bullish and Q3 is going to be sideways chop? Time will tell, but right now, I'm going to be looking for those long positions. Let's look at the Pepe long, actually, before we end this video. The Pepe long right now is $30 in the profit. Let's close out. Yep, close out for about $31. Nice to see that. And I'll probably open up another one if I do a Pepe video tomorrow. But, guys, I'm trying to take advantage of this market when you're seeing these big swings. Yes, when you're using high leverage, you can get liquidated a snap of a finger. We've had some Pepe videos on the Crypto Report where I've done that. Throughout the video, I get liquidated, but sometimes you can catch a nice runner and you start to see a really nice gain. I'm not prepared to keep that 75x position open long term just yet. We're moving into the weekend. Maybe this weekend I'll look for a drawdown to add a nice position and scale it up to actually be a sizable position on Pepe because I am bullish and I do think that into Q4 we should see some big gains. That's all I got, guys. The latest up content. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel right now. I'll see you next one. Bye-bye.